Hello, I want to show you how to set up the 4-point grading scale in your gradebook. So first starts, I'm in gradebook setup. And I'm coming over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 to gradebook score types. So you will notice that the district has a 4-point scale already set up. And the district's 4-point scale is as follows. 4, or mastery, is a 100%. 3 and 3.36 would be the value, but the percentage for a person scoring a 3 would be 84. A 2 is a 71, a 1 is a 60, a 0 is a 50. The 0 as a 50 is key. And this is important because when a student doesn't complete something and it's in fact missing and you assign a 0, let's say they had a 100% on their first test and they were missing their second one. Well, because we're only going to 50, 150 averages to a C, which is still recoverable. They can still climb from their C to their B to their A. Success is still possible. However, if you were using that 100-point scale and they missed one assignment, it would tank all the way down to an F. And it would become mathematically impossible for them to recover their grade. So this is really, really important here. However, you don't have to use the district's 4-point scale. You can simply duplicate, okay? And when you duplicate, then, which I've done it a couple of times, so here I'm down at the bottom to the one I've duplicated. I can click on this, and then I can click up here to edit, and I can change this. So I actually this semester am using this scale. You can change the name of it, maybe modified 4-point scale, or let's see, 4-point scale, semester 2. And here you can change, all right, so if 4 is mastery, that's 100. Maybe I want a 3 to be a 95. So a 3 is going to be a 3.8, which is going to be a 95%. Now maybe a 2, I'm okay with that, or maybe I want it to come up to 80%, and then I'm such a cheater. To get the value, I literally asked Siri, what is 80% of 4? And then Siri told me it's 3.2. All right, maybe the rest of this looks good, and I'm gonna press save. And then back. So these are different ones I've duplicated. This is the same, a similar one that we just created. And then I had a teacher who was interested in using an 8-point scale. We actually did this wrong. The value should be 8 should be an 8. And then this should be 95% of 8. So I'll connect back with her. But the value is the number out of 4, or in this case, 8. I did want to share with you, Hardin went to the 10th decimal place and they set up their gradebook like this third column here. This was the Hardin science team. They've been doing standards-based grading and 4-point scale for over 3 years as a team, maybe it's 5, and one of their teachers has been doing the system for over 10 years, so he's really gotten it down to the 10th place. And what he had to say, and this is Kevin Defoe from Hardin, was he set this up just one time in his gradebook, and then every subsequent year, it was there. It was saved for him. So if you do like the 5-point scale to the 10th place, you would just set that up one time right here. So now when you're coming into your gradebook to score or to create an assignment, here's your assignment. You're going to go ahead and put your title. So maybe this is the final, and whatever's your units. My next evolution is I'm going to make my units match my categories and have my unit be the standard and the category be the standard. More on that in a different video. And for the score type, here's where you're going to switch it. So maybe your default has been raw. Now you can move to your point scale. Okay. So we just did what did we just do? I think we just did this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and save. And we'll take a peek in my gradebook here. Let's go back to it. So what you'll see in my gradebook is that, let's start at the top here. My units are not chronological. They were chronological last semester. Each semester I'm changing one thing. And this semester, my units are the standard. So that means when I'm looking at this overall score here, I'm directly looking at how are they doing on their op-ed essay. And Into the Wilds are reading, so this would be our reading category. Anyways, all of the assignments here are for the most part out of 4 points. I can, however, like the final op-ed, I made that a little bit weightier, but the grade is still either a 4, 3, 2, or a 1. And you're gonna notice in my gradebook, a lot of just 4s or 0s. And the reason for that is if somebody has a 1, 2, or a 3, they're not done. They're not done till it's a 4. And in the case with this essay, I kind of like to think of it as like a video game or maybe as a waterfall where you need to finish the first piece, the first step, before you can go to the second step, before you can go to the third. And you can see my students are all over the place. And I didn't give them 0s for not finishing at the same time. It's kind of like waterfall. And the students over here with 2s, these 2s will become 3s. And then those 3s will become 4s. And then they'll be ready to go on. So they're really all just at different steps. And now I'm getting into off subjects, but the students who complete, they get to go into some extension activities. And the students who are really far behind, we need to do it again. We need to do it together. So we need to create the situation where we're in 2 different places at once virtually. That's kind of what's happening here. But anyways, you would see in my gradebook 4s. Assignments are at a 4. I can make an assignment weightier than a 4, but still score at a 4. But you're just going to basically see a lot of 4s because you're not done until it's a 4, and then you're done, and then we can go on. So there's lots of different ways to set up your gradebook. This is how I have set my gradebook up this semester. I'm going to set it up different next semester. So because this is a constantly ever-changing process, I really like the way that Jason Chamberlain said it. Your gradebook is a set of choices that you deem best practice based on science and research and the latest information coming out. So this is a constantly evolving process. And at the end of the day, you need to choose what's going to match your style and what makes sense to you as a marker of your content landing and resonating with your students. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about the 4-point scale, happy to work with you. Thanks. Bye.